Alright, my people, hopefully you've had time to go see Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in theaters by now. It has been out for about a weekend. So now I'm gonna talk some spoilers about this movie, because I want to. Because the Sonic the Hedgehog games, they're in here. They're in my DNA. Or at least the ones I've played. So that is your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen this movie yet and you care about spoilers, you should definitely leave. Cause I will be ruining it here. If you have seen the movie or you just don't care, stick around, welcome. I am very flattered. So yeah, I'm happy this movie's getting good reviews. I think I liked it a little more than most other people did. But you know, that's because I'm a fan. Like with any franchise, the fans will like it more than the people who are not fans. That's just logic. But I am glad this movie's doing well, and I'm glad the third one's on the way. So this movie starts out, we see Eggman on the Mushroom Planet. Then Knuckles comes along, he's like, "Where did you get that quill?" This is the joke that I was referring to in my review, where I said there's a reference to something, is where Eggman says, "I got this quill from a little place called Earth. I can show you the way." It took me a second, but I was like, I see what you did there, movie. Yes, Knuckles, I can indeed show you the way, because I know the way. You do not know the way. I love that meme. I always thought it was funny. And so they eventually get to Sonic, who's in Green Hills. This is, you know, the scene where they meet each other and Knuckles is all like, "Do I look like I need your power?" It's a cool scene, and we see that Knuckles is business. I like that they nailed that about Knuckles' attitude in this movie. He takes no prisoners, he's not one for humor, he's serious, he's somewhat brooding. It does show that not everyone in this movie is a comedian like Jim Carrey. I appreciated that. I appreciated that they didn't make Knuckles a goofball. Until the end, that is, but then it made sense. But Sonic is rescued by Tails in this scene, and so this is where they meet. And again, I just love seeing the moment that Sonic and Tails meet, cause you know that they're gonna be such good friends later down the line. It's like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie where you see Kirk meet Spock for the first time, and again, you know they're gonna be such good friends later on in their lives. It was pretty much the same deal here. I love that. So we learned from Longclaw's Force Ghost that the Master Emerald is hidden here on Earth, because that emerald symbol was on the map, and I do remember seeing it in the first movie actually. And so Sonic and Tails go off to Siberia, and here's where we have our big adventure portion of this movie. And again, seeing this buddy relationship between Sonic and Tails, you see that Tails is so inspired by Sonic. Even the dance-off scene in that club, yeah, at first I was like, this is stupid. That one buff dude with the crazy stash is doing the crazy dance, and I'm like, alright, this is a kid's movie for kids. This is so kiddish, and the movie's a cartoon. There's no denying that. Then Sonic and Tails start dancing to Uptown Funk, and first of all, I love that song. It's a great beat. I've loved it for years. And so I think it was my love for that song that made me fall into the scene ultimately. I was like, alright, I'm enjoying myself. Sonic and Tails are pulling off all sorts of crazy moves, and Tails is using his duplication gadget thingamajig. So like there's a bunch of them now, and they're flying in the air, and I was like, alright, this is fun. The very first time we ever see Sonic and Tails working together as a team, it's in a dance battle. Not what I was expecting, but alright. It ended up working for me, sue me. And so eventually they get into this temple with the big Longclaw statue, and we get to the backstory of the Master Emerald, which is told in this kind of really cool anime-style animation. We learn that the Echidnas forged the Master Emerald from the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Just even hearing them say the words Chaos Emeralds in this movie made me feel nostalgic. I don't know why, it just took me back to being a kid. And I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing me say that, but whatever. But anyway, this eventually leads to the big snowboarding scene, which I thought was pretty cool. I like the part where Sonic is dancing his way through all those bots and the slow music's going. That was pretty funny. You hear Sonic go, "We're talking style and pizzazz." Again, that's what I love about Sonic, is that he has fun while he's throwing down. He's like Spider-Man in that way, you know? I just love heroes like that. Heroes who have fun while they're being all heroic. Although Tails does get knocked unconscious in this scene. And I will say, Tails is knocked out for a good chunk of the movie. At least it feels that way. They end up crashing the wedding in Hawaii, which pisses off Bridezilla over here. And yeah, like I said, anything involving these human being characters, colossal waste of time here, for the most part. I mean, yeah, I do get the whole family aspect of the movie with James Marsden and Tika Sumpter. They're pretty much Sonic's parents by the end of this movie. Alright, it's all about family. I get it. But other than that, all the other human scenes, yeah, I didn't care at all. I didn't care about the bride and groom. Although I will say that scene where she's all pissed off and she drives up in the cart and she's all like, "You're dead!" That made me laugh. That was funny. Barracuda by Heart's playing in the background. I love that song. And she's all like, "Wife is home!" I laughed out loud. That was funny. And she did that because it turns out that everyone here is a secret agent. That one general guy from the first movie is back. And he says that after the events of the first movie, they formed this new military military unit, the Guardian Units of Nations, or GUN, and I looked it up. Yeah, that is from the Sonic games. Yeah, I didn't remember that, even though I have played Shadow the Hedgehog, but that was years ago, so I forgot. So alright, we have GUN in this movie, but they really, I guess they serve some sort of purpose, because without all their gear, I guess Eggman couldn't create that giant robot, but I do think they could have worked into the main story a little bit better. That's what I'll say. Also, their humor wasn't that funny. Same thing with that guy Wade. Any scene with him, I was like, this guy is bringing the entire scene down. Every line out of his mouth I thought was bad. Seriously, like all of his jokes, they killed the moments. Granted, alright, kids movie, the kids around me, they were laughing, so I don't know, I guess it's just a personal preference thing. Eventually, we get to Angel Island, which I guess technically isn't Angel Island because it's not an island, it's a temple in the middle of the ocean. But I'm still gonna call it Angel Island because that's where the Master Emerald is in the games, so just deal with it. And this is the scene, like I said in my review, Sonic is going through all these booby traps, and I was like, this is the scene that you play in the game. Seriously, he's speeding through, he's doing a spin dash, I was like, this is awesome. This is my childhood game represented in live action on the big screen. Never thought I'd see that. And we get to the Sonic versus Knuckles fight, and I'll say, I thought this fight was awesome. Sonic does his signature homing attack, man, where he just bam, bam. That right there, that is the attack I know Sonic for having. That's the move I always use. So when I saw him do it in this movie to Knuckles, I was like, yeah! And Knuckles gets some good hits in there too. And of course, Eggman seizes this opportunity to steal the emerald for himself, because we all knew that was his plan all along. We all knew that Knuckles was eventually going to turn to Sonic's side because Eggman's a dick. Plus, anyone who knows the Sonic franchise knows that Knuckles, for the most part, is usually a good guy. He started out as an enemy in the games, so I like that they kept that tradition here in the movie. But yeah, Eggman gets the emerald, betrays Knuckles, and so there's that scene where Sonic and Knuckles are talking on the beach. This is the scene where they reconcile, and I'm glad a scene like this was in this movie, because, you know, they had to talk it out before Knuckles joins Sonic's side. Knuckles is like, alright, I messed up. Robotnik is a deceiver. And so now, Knuckles is officially a good guy. And we get to our finale. Like, the last half an hour of this movie is the best part. I love the last half hour of this movie. It's really what I meant when I said that it's everything I ever wanted out of a Sonic movie. First of all, Eggman shows up and he has the power of the Emerald now. And he's all power crazy. He's like... And so all these gun military guys show up, and Eggman takes all their tanks, and he creates this giant Eggman robot. And again, I was like, yeah, I can totally see this robot being a boss fight in a Sonic game. Totally. It could be called the Egg Walker or something, I don't know. And so this is the part where we have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. They all come together. They have their little Avengers Assemble Spider-Man No Way Home moment, where it's just the three of them in that heroic pose, and I was like, yeah, it's Team Sonic, man. This is the team that I played as in Sonic Heroes. It's the three of them. Sonic's speed, Tails' smarts, and Knuckles' strength. They work so well together as a team, and I just love seeing that on the big screen. We had that shot where it goes around them and they're formulating a plan, and then they start running down the road, and the shot is them running towards the camera. Knuckles is here, Sonic is here, and Tails is flying in between them. I love that shot so much, because again, it's something I never thought I would ever see in my life 15 years ago. And so the fact that we got such a great moment from these Sonic characters in this movie, that again is what truly brought me back to playing Sonic Heroes on the GameCube as a kid. Cause it's the three of them running down the road. I was like, yeah, I might as well have a GameCube controller in my hands. Alright, now switch to Knuckles, attack those drones. Now switch to Tails and fly up. Dude, it's so beautiful. And eventually it gets to the point where Sonic gets the Master Emerald because Knuckles punched it out of Dr. Eggman. But the emerald breaks down into pieces in Sonic's hands, and we see those 7 Chaos Emeralds, which honestly are a little smaller than I thought they would be. Like, the Master Emerald in this movie is about the size of a Chaos Emerald in the games, I think. Because the Master Emerald, to my knowledge, is supposed to be huge. But that's just a little detail that I can pass off in this case, especially due to what happens here. Because we see the 7 Chaos Emeralds, they start and they go into Sonic, and I was like, oh, wait. And sure enough, he goes supersonic. I was like, it's supersonic. I had no idea that was gonna happen in this movie. So when it happened, I was like, oh my god, what an awesome surprise. And so from there, it's game over for Eggman. You see Eggman like, all right, I'm sure we can work things out. He tries to punch him. Sonic's just like, nope, not today. He breaks the arm, then he just goes around, zoop, 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 zoop. It's his final smash in Super Smash Bros. He just zips around, brrr. It's great. And it's funny, he ends it by just going, doip. just tapping it so it falls over. And Eggman's all like, alright, we're not friends. Later, hater! Now, in this case, I'm not sure if Eggman's gonna be back in the next movie because Jim Carrey's all retired now from acting, but there's no scene after this where we see that Eggman is okay at all. So for all we know, he died in that fall. We even hear the general later on, he's like, no one could have survived that crash. He's toast. So depending on whether or not he comes back for the third movie, if Jim Carrey is truly retired, then I'm gonna go ahead and say Eggman died right there. I don't know though. I don't know for sure. I mean, they wouldn't actually show him die in a PG movie for kids. But we'll see, I guess. And so the movie ends with Eggman defeated, and now Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are new best friends. They make a new vow to protect the Master Emerald, and that's the movie. Oh, but you gotta stick around for that mid-credits scene. Because, oh my god. Yeah, I underhyped it on purpose in my review, because in reality, this scene made me lose my head. Because even before this movie came out, I was like, alright, the third movie's confirmed to be in production. They're gonna bring in Shadow, right? That's like the logical next step to take. And sure enough, in this mid-credits scene, yeah, it's confirmed. We see this secret lab facility, we see this thing opening up, and there he is. I was like, it's Shadow! Alright, for those of you who don't know who Shadow the Hedgehog is, again, I'm flattered you're watching this, but he's essentially Mewtwo. He's an artificial creation, he's like a clone of sorts of Sonic. He was created to be the ultimate life form, and he's a total edgelord. He is like the definition of emo. I mean, look at him for God's sakes. His name is Shadow, he's got that black and red color scheme, he's all cool. Like I said, I've played that Shadow the Hedgehog game, and he had a gun in that game. He's pretty hardcore, and now he's coming, and I cannot be more excited to see that. So who should voice him? People are saying, oh, Keanu Reeves, and yeah, I saw that clip on Twitter of someone syncing up Shadow to Keanu voice lines, and it worked pretty well in my opinion. I was like, yeah, that works. That'd be really good casting. I honestly can't think of anyone else right now. Maybe Robert Pattinson, I don't know. Guys, in the end, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was an awesome movie. I loved everything involving Sonic and Tails and Knuckles. Seeing them come together in the end was everything that my childhood self could possibly want in a Sonic movie. It just awoke that memory in me. That's why I loved it so much. Everything with the human beings, like I said, waste of time. But yeah, everything else, awesome. And so from here, not only do we have a third Sonic movie confirmed to be in production, but also we have a spin-off series on Paramount Plus that's coming that's going to be based around Knuckles. I don't know if the series is going to take place before or after Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but yeah, I am looking forward to that as well because Idris Elba as Knuckles was awesome. So the future is looking bright for the Sonic the Hedgehog cinematic franchise, and I am loving it. So that's what I'll ask you. What are your theories about these upcoming projects? About this upcoming Knuckles show? About Shadow the Hedgehog? Who do you think should voice him? What other new elements do you think they should introduce in the next movie? I want to know your theories. I want to know what you think. So whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get back to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, because I'm only like halfway through episode 2. It's been a few days since I last played it. Time to get back on track. Peace!